Well, thank you all for coming out here today. I wanted to get out here on 18th Street on my birthday here today and see what was going on. But this is a happy day for the city because we're here to mark the completion of a major infrastructure improvement to the streets here at 18th and Broadway. As I said last August when we got this started, I said this is really just the beginning of something much bigger that's happening than this. This is the latest in a series of really exciting announcements that have taken place in our city. Specifically West Louisville, as we take a look about what's happening west of 9th Street now, about $1 billion worth of capital investment, whether it be chef space for food entrepreneurship, the $29.5 million choice neighborhood grant at Beecher Terrace, which will roll up to about $250 million for all the Russell neighborhood revitalization. The track on Ali is coming along, and there's a lot to celebrate. It's a down payment. It certainly isn't everything, but it's been long overdue. When you take a look at this street corner right here, it is great to have Passport's headquarters located on the west side of 18th Street, and then the YMCA, the Republic Bank YMCA, right here to our left on the east side. So when you think about what used to be here, Reverend Elliott, it was pretty lonely. Lonely for a long time. 20 years, and people drive by and say, is something ever going to happen? Well, believe me, it's happening right now, and people can see it. So when you can see the construction going on, you know it's taking place. Together, these two projects right here represent over $160 million of investment and over 500 new jobs. Now, that is something to celebrate. And when you think about the vitality that it's going to be bringing to this business in this intersection, it's going to lead to more restaurants, more retail, more good things for this part of town. But to make all that happen, we had to make some concrete changes take place right here. Until this project came along, getting across Broadway from 18th Street to Dixie Highway or vice versa required this zigzag that if any of us have been for Louisville for quite some period of time said, who designed this and why'd they design it this way? Nowhere else in the city we have traffic signals less than 100 feet apart, I don't think, Councilman James. And I don't know why that was, but we're fixing it. So today, contractor TSI Construction has finished rerouting Dixie Highway a little bit here to the east to align directly with 18th Street. Now the zigzag is gone, and so is one of the traffic signals. So this realignment improves the connections between north, south, east, and west, and it helps make this critical intersection safer and a foundation for even more investment here in West Louisville. This realignment will also provide a northern anchor for the $50 million new Dixie Highway improvement project. And that project, of course, is designed to improve safety and mobility and livability along the 14-mile corridor from here out to the Gene Snyder Freeway. And that will include the city's first ever bus rapid transit system that will have a stop right here at this intersection before it heads downtown, loops around, then heads back out 18th Street / Dixie Highway. So that's a big step for public transportation for the city. And I want to thank the Kentucky Transportation Cabinet for their collaboration on that project, which was funded jointly with federal and local dollars. When we talk about federal dollars, we want to think about Congressman Yarmouth, who is in D.C. doing a great job for us. But I do want to recognize Nicole Yates, the district director for John Yarmouth, and please extend our appreciation to the congressman. And please, let's get that federal government back open, Nicole. All right? I know you're working on it. Now, this project right here is part of our Move Louisville plan to modernize and improve transportation throughout the city for people that walk, people in cars, people on bikes. Mr. Montgomery, so good to see you here today on your bike. That's a true dedicated cyclist that's out in 30-degree weather here today. And then, as I mentioned, two organizations directly affected by the project are the Y and Passport Health Plan. Both are building multi-million-dollar facilities here right across the street from one another. Our friends at Passport, I want to thank them. Greg Pugh, Director of Business Development, thank you so much for being with us here today. Let's have a wave from Greg Pugh back here. Thank you, brother. You guys are doing so many good things for our city. And then, of course, the partner right across the street, Steve Tarver, the CEO at YMCA of Greater Louisville, one of our most tremendous citizens, is here with us to say a few words today. Steve Tarver.
Good afternoon. You know, it was 90 degrees out when we started this, and today is 30 degrees. So if you average that out to 60 degrees, it's a pretty comfortable day. But there's nothing average about what we're here to recognize today, and that's what. So that's what we're here to celebrate and recognize this, all the good things that the mayor just mentioned about how this realignment will impact the people of this neighborhood. And so on behalf of the YMCA of Greater Louisville, I'm certainly personally honored to be here, as well as honored for our organization to be here as well, and to recognize the work of Mayor Fisher and the vision that he's brought to our city and this neighborhood, to his staff, to Metro Council. A couple of folks are here today, and the good people of Public Works who we've gotten to know as we've gotten into this, as we've talked about this 18th Street as well as the 17th Street. So in those conversations, we've talked about the vision for access that the mayor mentioned, but also the vision for safety, which they've taken that under very serious consideration. We're very, very grateful for that, particularly as we look at our relationship with the school across the street, Roosevelt Perry, Wheatley, right a few blocks that way, and making sure that all those children have access to all the amenities that will be coming. Particularly, in my personal thing, is I want every one of those children to learn how to swim. So that's going to be one of our major goals here as well. So, and obviously we've talked about the pedestrians, the youth. We've got TARC. This is part of this project. There's actually going to be a BRT station right there and right here in front of the YMCA. So we're happy about that, in addition to the historical services routes that have been served here as well. And we've already mentioned Passport. Our friend Greg Pugh is here, Brown Foreman, One West, Yvonne Smith, who you'll hear from shortly, and the many neighbors and residents of this community that will benefit from all that's going on here. It's a very exciting time to be here. So on behalf of the YMCA, this is a great way. We'll be opening our facility in October. We'll be opening it up to people to visit as soon as the weather breaks in the spring. So hopefully many of you will come back and join us for a visit or a tour and get more information about that, and be involved in helping us determine what the future program menu and so forth will be like here as well. And so this will be a great way for the YMCA to celebrate its 166th year of existence in the greater Louisville community. We're proud of that, and we've been in West Louisville since the late 1800s, and so we'll be really hitting a stride come this spring, as I mentioned. So, and as we say that, we appreciate the facilities, the roadways, and so forth, but this is really not about any of that. It's about the people. We expect 200,000 visits a year coming to our YMCA right next door to us. And so our YMCA, your YMCA, is honored and grateful to be here today for this special recognition. Thank you.
Thank you, Steve. We appreciate the Y very much. We've got an important, relatively new organization in the city called One West that's helping us redevelop West Louisville, and their Chief Executive Officer, Yvonne Smith, is here to share a few words with us. Yvonne.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm the president of One West, and on behalf of the board of directors, we are excited about this great opportunity. We are so our hat is off to you, Mayor, for all the hard work that you've been doing and all the support that you've given all of us. We are so excited to have the Y advancing onto 18th Street, as well as Passport's efforts. We want to also thank Passport for all that Mark Carter and his team have done to entice small businesses to come to the area and to look at the opportunities for them to locate here. We're also working on 18th Street. One West is working on, we've purchased some homes on 18th Street, and we're looking to help improve the area. We want to see 18th Street be a destination point. So we are excited for everybody who's playing a role in that. We're looking forward to the transformation. We want everybody to understand transformation does not mean displacement. It means welcoming and opening this area to the entire community for all of us to prosper and do well. So we're very happy to be a part of this. Thank you for inviting us, and we look forward to more.
All right, very good.
Thank you, Yvonne. And we appreciate One West's focus on cleanliness, too. We're trying to model you throughout the city. Thank you very much. Okay, we're right here at the intersection, or this intersection is District 4, represented by Councilwoman Barbara Sexton Smith, and it's very near District 6, which is represented by Council President David James. So let's hear first from Councilwoman Sexton Smith, and then Council President David James after that. Councilwoman.
Yes, sir. Well, I would like to be the second to officially recognize Mayor Fisher's birthday. Thank you for singing that fabulous rendition. And Mayor Fisher, happy birthday. I do like to make note, though, I like to refer to Mayor Fisher as my little brother because I turn 62 tomorrow. I think you're 61? Uh-huh.
We're both young.
Okay. So tomorrow, January 15th, though, is the actual birth date of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. And I know that our nation will celebrate that together starting next Monday as the federal holiday, and much in our own community because of the leadership of Reverend Charles Elliott. So I don't want to let today's press conference about great connectivity and bringing folks together, I would be remiss if I didn't think about the connectivity that you had and that you still have with Dr. King. So thank you for keeping that dream alive. Speaking of dreams, I had a dream too one day, and I said, there'll come a day when everybody will say, all roads lead to West Louisville. Well, this is proof positive right here, because all roads really do lead to West Louisville. And in West Louisville, we are a friendly city, a friendly place of faith, and everyone is welcome. So I want to join Yvonne Smith, our Executive Director of One West, in inviting everybody. Please come to 18th and Broadway. You'll be glad you did. We have something for everyone. You can get a great sandwich across the street at the 18th Street Deli. You can get your hair cut at Fade Away. I heard they have an empty chair or two this afternoon, so come on down, no appointment needed. Drive on down 18th Street to Muhammad Ali, and you'll see the internationally renowned Kentucky Center for African American Heritage on your right and the Charles Young Memorial. You'll see Sweet Peaches on your left and Chef Space. I could go on, and I said we're a friendly place where everyone is welcome, sir. And you know what? We're full of hope. We are full of hope in West Louisville. That's having only positive expectations, and we have good reason to be hopeful in West Louisville. Because in the last 12 months, the homicide rate in West Louisville has gone down by 61%. The shootings over here in the Russell neighborhood have gone down by 41%. That's what I'm talking about. And that happens. People put their guns away when they see roads coming in. They see businesses opening up, and they see people coming out and walking the streets, and they see our faith community. I saw Bishop Lyons here a moment ago. When our faith community comes together and walks arm in arm like Dr. King asked us to do, great things can happen. So you know, Mayor Fisher, I'm in full support of all the exciting things happening in our great city. There is so much going on with more than $13 billion in economic development, 80,000 new jobs, 2,700 new businesses, more families lifted up out of poverty just in the last few years. And it's easy to become enthralled with that. However, we must become disenthralled and awaken that slumbering disquietude of our comfort. And then and only then will we come together and build more intersections just like this one. So, Reverend Elliott, I'm going to ask you, buddy, are you with us on the march?
I'm with you.
All right. Mayor Fisher, thank you very much. I stand with you and right here ready to serve in the next big adventure. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilwoman. Now let's hear from our Metro Council President, David James.
Thank you. Thank you, Mayor. Thanks, everybody, for coming out today. And I don't like being behind Barbara Sexton Smith because it's hard act to follow. But one of the things that Barbara said to me when I first walked up today, she says, David, I want to act like your mom, but you don't have a coat on today.
Am I older than you?
It's a little bit, just a little bit. Mayor Fisher, I want to say thank you for your energy and efforts that you've put into this project. I want to thank you for the energy and efforts that you've put into West Louisville. We are so appreciative of that. I know it's only a beginning, but you have to start somewhere, and you have started with some running steps going forward. And I just want to take this moment to say thank you.
Let's give them a hand. Yeah.
Reverend Elliott, it's a special day also because it is Martin Luther King's birthday tomorrow, as Councilwoman Sexton Smith said. and you were there, and you were here standing with us today. You're an icon in our community, and I want to say thank you for everything that you have done for us, for our community. I would not be here if not for you, and so I want to say thank you. But I also want to recognize all the work that was done here. We have our friends in labor back here. It took a lot of hard work to get this intersection done. It took a lot of hard work from Vanessa Burns. I thought I saw her somewhere. There she is, from the Public Works Department, who actually helped manage the contractors to get this done. And it's beautiful. It is the beginning of great things for West Louisville. It is the beginning for opportunities and jobs and good health and all those things that we've heard the mayor talk about. And with all that being said, I think it's time to cut a ribbon there, Mayor Fisher.
Let's see, Harold, are we cutting a ribbon or we're just going to move apart here? Okay. All right, just to wait a moment. And Rev, I want you to say a prayer too before we're done here, okay? In closing, I want to thank all of our team at Louisville Metro, Vanessa, Public Works, Louisville Forward, Marilyn Wiederwall, Develop Louisville, Jeff O'Brien. Everybody's come together, our transportation team, to make this happen. This is fun. You know, we've been thinking about this kind of stuff for years, really. And it's taken the right time in the right place. Labor stepping up, helping us. Thank you all for your positive expectations and delivery. But everybody for coming out here today and making this happen. Now I think after Rev's going to have a closing reflection, Harold, you want us to clear the street? And then we're going to celebrate. Reverend Charles Elliott.
I just want to thank all of you for here. As I was sharing with the committee today, I was there in Memphis 51 years ago when Dr. King was assassinated. To have a mayor who have took the leadership and have brought the economic power here in this city, this area, which has been vacant for over 27 years. My church is one block from here. I thank God for Steve with the YMCA and Carter with the passport. We'll be stopping there on Monday to tell God thank you. So, Mr. Mayor, and to all of the Metro Council and James, y'all, the old man, thank all of y'all. Let's give them a great big hand here.